record with 860 points. Welcome. Of course, he was taken third overall last night. Knicks then traded up to get Iggy 47th overall. Freshman of the year in the Big Ten went to Michigan, and it's amazing that these two guys played together in Canada. And RJ talks about the fact that how he watched as an 11-year-old Iggy go for 51 points in a game. These guys go so far back, they've known each other since the age of 8. Of course, up here with the young guys, we have Steve Mills, the Knicks president, Scott Perry, Knicks general manager, David Fizdale, the Knicks coach. Welcome to you guys. And Fizz likes to tell the story that RJ's godfather, Steve Nash, was discovered at Santa Clara because Fizz turned down a scholarship at Santa Clara.
There'll be no Steve Nash without me.
And what happened when you went up against Steve Nash in college?
You know what? I don't want to talk about it.
Special welcome as well to RJ's family in attendance. His father, Rowan, who has New York roots, played at St. John's. His mom, Keisha, who's from the New York area as well. Grandma, Petula. Grandma Alethea, as well as RJ's agent, Bill Duffy. We welcome all of you guys, as well as the agent for Iggy, J.R. Hensley. So, great to have everyone here. I'm going to begin with a couple of questions, and then we're going to open up to the media that's in attendance. So, RJ, you were so excited to be a Knick last night. What's it like to wake up as a Knick?
Kind of feels better. I'm really happy to be here.
All right, it's great to have you. Iggy, Knicks traded up to get you. What's your reaction now to being a Knick?
This is unbelievable, man. You know, it doesn't get better than this. You know, it's the biggest stage in college in basketball, and you know, I'm just happy to be here. We're gonna embrace every single moment.
Great to see you guys. Scott, your assessment now of the overall draft.
Well, this was a big night for us last night. I think it was a great step forward for our basketball team, this organization in this city, to get these two fine young men. They're not just good basketball players, but they're fine men. You know, when the lottery fell out, and we found out we were going to have a third pick. We met with RJ the following morning. And right then, we knew it was a connection. It was from that point on, we knew this guy had what it takes to come into our culture and really help us move this train forward. We were able to meet with his dad later today, so we felt the connection there. You know, one of the top competitors, you know, in this draft, the guy next to him. That's what attracted us and made us want to move up to him. Very similar traits, highly competitive. These guys embody the way Coach Fizdale wants to play the game. You know, we want to compete at the highest level. We want to defend. They represent versatility on the basketball floor, and they represent guys that understand the most important thing is that we want to become winners. And so we want to keep pushing that forward, and we're just so happy to have both here.
All right, we're going to now open it up to questions. If you will, when the mic comes, identify yourself and your affiliation before you ask your question. So let's begin. Don't be shy out there. There's a mic over here.
Hey guys, welcome to New York. George Willis, New York Post. RJ, do you have big enough shoulders to carry this franchise? We'll get to it.
Carry. You know, I wouldn't say carry. I'd say it's going to be a great group of guys that are going to be together, and you know, we're all excited to play for Coach Fizdale, and this is the biggest stage. So yeah, I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to play, but you know, I haven't even played a game yet, so how are you going to ask me a question like that?
Once you get warmed up.
Welcome to New York.
RJ, it's interesting because the experience at Duke, I'm sure, is going to prepare you for playing in New York. How so, you think?
I just feel like we're on TV every day. I mean, everybody was watching us. Everybody knew, you know, who we were, and so just with all that, and you know, playing at Duke itself, I feel like I'm just ready for everything. You know, I love the biggest stage, and I love the challenge. So Yeah, I'm ready.
And Bill, there's certain programs that Scott and I talk about all the time, Duke is one of them, that we think prepare guys the best for being able to step up and play in a place like New York. They're used to the scrutiny, and they're prepared to deal with what playing here, what you have to go through.
And let's not forget Michigan too. That's the exact. Having coached Michigan, I have to remind these guys.
Go blue.
Go blue, exactly.
Hey, I'm surprised you didn't say go blue after we introduced you. Next question.
RJ, Ian Begley from SNY. I'm just wondering, what has the last, this morning, last night, what has it been like for you? What was it like waking up today, being a Knick for the first time? And have you heard from a million people, how has it been the last few hours?
I mean, what do you think it's been like?
Whirlwind.
It's been great. Like I said, just a lot of love, a lot of support, and this is the place I wanted to be. So for everything to work out the way it did, for me to have my boy with me now, I couldn't be happier.
Hey RJ, it's Mr. Bastio from Fox 5 New York. I want to see you, I know it's hard to see. You talk so much about your late grandfather. The last couple of days we learned that he was a huge Knicks fan. What do you remember about the things he would talk about the Knicks, that really stuck with you to make you be just unapologetic about wanting to only come to the Knicks?
I just remember every single game, we stop whatever he was doing and put it on and just sit there, and he'd be cheering. And we'd tell him to quiet down. He didn't care. He would be cheering. So I just remember that, and he knew I was starting to play basketball, and he kind of preached it into existence. So I thank him for that.
Yeah, Mark Berman, New York Post. This is for Steve. Last night's one big step, and then, it's what's next. What's the level of optimism going into the next stage with free agency? You've been pretty optimistic in the past. How do you feel about what's going to happen?
Well, Mark, today is not the day to talk about free agency. We're here to celebrate and enjoy having these guys join our team. So we'll discuss free agency at another time, but this is a day to really talk about these two guys that we added to the team.
Yeah, hey guys, Adam Zagoria from Forbes. For both of you guys, what are your recollections of playing together on that Canadian U17 team? And can you kind of tell us a little bit about how you guys bonded and what you remember about them?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It's almost like the off-court stuff was what really brought the team together. It was a special group. We've known each other for so long. It's just, playing with these group of guys, from Canada, and now being in the position that we're in now is just, you can't write this stuff up. So, it's an amazing culture now, and I'm excited to, be a part of this one now.
Yeah, I remember that group. We grew up together, so that was a really fun team. And I just remember Iggy and I worked really well together on the court. I don't know what it is, but we worked really well together.
All right, we have now two special guests who are each going to ask questions from the Guarded Dreams Foundation, Miles and Juliana. Miles, why don't you go first?
Hello, my name is Miles, and I want to ask you a question. Do you have any advice for kids like me who are going to grow up and be in the NBA one day?
There you go. Yeah, I remember being that young kid, looking up to people, watching all the NBA games. All I can say is work hard, stay in school, because if you don't graduate, you can't go anywhere. And just remember, just to listen to advice and just make sure that you're the hardest working person in the room, and you should be good.
Go ahead, Juliana.
My name is Salvation Juju from Garden of Dreams. Who was your favorite superhero and why?
I don't have a favorite one. I like all the Avengers. Yeah, so I watch all the Avengers movies and stuff. I think I watched Endgame 3 times already. So yeah, I just love the Avengers.
You're not a DC fan?
Nah, I'm not a DC fan.
Other questions?
Oh, there you go, Steve.
RJ talked the other day about that he's improved a lot since what we saw, what things he's done during the summer and working with Coach Ben. What did you see when you worked him out? Did you see a different player than what you saw during the season? And the same thing also, I know you were working out with Kevin, how they fit together maybe.
Yeah, they really fit together. I think it ties into what we talked about when I first got here, getting as many guys as we can. You can see a lot of these guys at 6'7" to 6'9", very versatile. You know, watching them on film, the workout didn't do anything for me, to be honest with you, because I was already done watching them on film. I didn't need to see a workout where he comes in the gym and works out against a couple of our coaches. But the fact that he did come in there and he went at it full throttle and had an incredible workout, it put the stamp on it for me. But you know, even it goes back to Chicago when we met with RJ. It was 8 in the morning the next morning, and he shows up like this, ready, and you know, just that alone lets you know that he's the kind of kid that we wanted in our culture. And I'm really happy that it all worked out this way.
I think it's important for people to understand how much time we spent with RJ. We spent a lot of time with him in Chicago, had a chance to meet with his dad. He came and spent 2.5 days with us. Scott and I took him out to dinner twice. He came to my apartment, we watched the NBA Finals together. We spent a lot of time getting to know each other and understanding that he had the things that we were looking for. And I think we had the things he was looking for. So we spent a lot of time getting to know each other. We knew him as a basketball player, but we knew who he was as a person and a competitor. So that was important to us.
I was mad that day because the Raptors lost.
Did you have Toronto winning the series?
Oh, yeah.
Of course.
Ian Dagley, SNY. I guess for Steve and Scott, you guys have made it clear that you were locked in on RJ pretty early. You had other guys ended up outside of the top 3 come in the building for workouts. And Garland and Kobe White came in pretty late. What was that thinking there? Was that a due diligence thing? What was the reasoning behind bringing those guys in?
You know, look, like we said from the time I came in, we're gonna always study everything, you know, through and through. And that's part of preparing for a draft. You want to get a chance to see as many prospects as you can, learn more about them, learn their stories, also further evaluate, you know, you're dotting your final I's and crossing your final T's. So that's what went into our thinking there. But again, we felt very confident in this young man here, and we were glad he was still there where we could draft him. So there was no more, no less, and that's how we're gonna always go about our business. We're gonna always be very prudent, very diligent, and we're gonna really turn over every stone that we have to as we prepare to make our final decision.
Thank you.
George Willis again, New York Post. Steve, where should Knicks fans be? You've asked them to be patient. Now what are you asking of them with these 2 guys?
I think we're asking them to continue to be patient. We laid out a plan when Scott came on board and then David joined us that we were going to build this team the right way. We were going to draft well, and we were going to be diligent about how we built this team and not take any shortcuts and not follow a path. And we believe these 2 guys are a part of that process. The young guys that we added over the last 2 years, the draft picks that we've acquired, and adding good quality basketball players that compete is important. I mean, you take a guy like Iggy. Scott and I saw him play in Chicago, and we said we were really impressed with him, his competitiveness, the way he could shoot the ball, his toughness. And we actually sat next to each other and said, well, this guy's going in the first round. We're not going to have a chance to get him. And as we were watching the draft play out, our analytics guys, he rates out really high as a rotational NBA player. So we said, well, when there was an opportunity to go get him, we decided that was something that was important for us to do, because we didn't expect to have an opportunity.
And I would just add too, not only, our intention always is to draft well, but in hiring David Fizdale and his staff is to develop well. And we're very confident in our ability to develop young players here and make them, become better basketball players, better men, And so we're excited about that. One thing I can say about both of these guys is that they're going to put the necessary effort into being the best versions of themselves. And that's all you can ask of any athlete. We're confident that they are going to be two of the hardest workers in our building, and they're going to give themselves a chance to be the very best players they can become. And I think that's a special quality in both of these young guys.
You guys struck magic last year in the second round, and then with Alonzo Trier in free agency. So, Iggy, good things probably ahead for you, that is for sure. Scott, anybody you want to talk about for the group that you signed that you guys didn't draft but have signed here as free agents out of the draft?
We did add one two-way, young man by the name of Chris Wilkes out of UCLA, another one of the blue blood programs. Kind of surprised he didn't get drafted, similar to Alonzo Trier last year. Winning player, 6'8", scorer, highly rated player coming out of high school. So, excited to add him into our mix and see how we can develop him. Got a couple of Exhibit 10 guys, one in particular, Amir Hinton from Shaw University, Division II school. He was a prolific scorer, and we think he has a chance to really grow and develop in our mix. So we're excited about that. BJ King is another name that has told us that he's going to do the same. So we feel good about the young group, excited to watch these guys play in summer league. And again, we're just building out our talent base throughout, our system.
And this is one of the things with Wilkes. It's one of the things where you never know where your path is going, or where your journey is going, because we spent time with him 2 years ago when he was testing the waters to see if he was going to come out, and he decided to go to school. So we actually got to know him a little bit, saw him a little bit again in Chicago, so that was another reason why we were comfortable with him as a basketball player, but we also knew who he was as a person.
RJ, I think your buddy Zion has already been installed as a heavy favorite for Rookie of the Year. Do you want to say now that you're coming for that and you want to win that? And what are some of your individual and team goals, this year?
I'm not going to say that I don't want it. I definitely am going for Rookie of the Year for sure. It's going to be a battle, but I'm confident enough that I can get it. So that's a goal for sure.
Brian Mahoney, the Associated Press. Steve, when you have someone come to your apartment and spend that kind of time together, what are you looking to find out? The stuff on the basketball court you can do, obviously, but what are you looking to know about a player when you spend that kind of time?
With that particular visit, I just wanted him to come in and be a part of my family and spend time with me and my wife, and Bill was there, and so it was just important for us to spend some quality time together. I wasn't looking for anything important, but trying to express to him the kind of relationships that we like to have with the players that play for us.
Other questions?
What's one monumental thing you want to see or do in New York?
Statue of Liberty.
What is your favorite pregame meal?
I like pasta. I gotta get some meatballs. I'm good.
RJ, where do you get your suits?
It's called Indochino. Yeah, they lace me up nice.
They do. Last night was perfect, and today you're looking good as well.
Thank you, sir.
And we also know he likes his pasta when we took him to Carbone.
Oh,
Exactly. I think he texted a member of our staff that last night. We're going to Carbone very soon, right?
Ian Begley, SNY. Steve, I guess just following up, you were saying just to the fans, just continue to be patient with us. I know you're not interested in talking about free agency, it's not the day for that, but fans know that you guys have a significant amount of cap space and they know who's available. Should the expectations just be adjusted, or are you guys going to need to be patient in that regard as well?
We're just not going to talk about free agency right now. We're going to continue to build according to our plan and be opportunistic where we can be.
Last one.
George Wells again. RJ, Iggy, you two, do you have any plans for what you want to develop in the community And also, how's your Twitter follower going? Did you get a big increase after the draft?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's crazy. Overnight, like, I gained so many followers and everything. New York's a huge organization. And in terms of the community, I didn't, I literally got on a plane a couple hours ago, and now I'm here, so I haven't even thought about, too much. I'm just, embracing every moment that I got, and, I'm just happy to be here right now.
Iggy, how's the traffic in from the airport?
Oh, man.
Public transportation is critical.
Yeah.
You'll learn about that.
Definitely a little worse than Toronto, for sure.
Mark Berman, New York Post. Yeah, Iggy, again, just for the Knicks fans who haven't seen a lot of Michigan basketball, how would you describe, what they're going to see in the summer league?
Yeah, just I'm a relentless player. I don't fear anyone or anything. I don't back down from anyone either. I'm very confident in myself and my abilities as well. And I go as hard as I can every single game, and I do whatever it takes to help the team win. And I'm aggressive, and I feel like I know who I am in terms of a basketball player. So yeah, I'm definitely excited to show what I can do.
All right, thank you all so much for being here. Thanks for those who have been watching on the network or on a social media platform. Iggy, RJ, welcome. Steve, Scott, Coach Fizz, great to see you guys. We're going to have a photo opportunity coming up. Thanks so much for being here, and have a great afternoon, everyone.
Understood the message there is to be patient. The fans realize that they expect what he can do with this team, as the leader in the first year. So we have one. We have one people this is focused on. Leading the board. We have the board. Right now, we think some pretty legendary names. Well, he's aspiring to be
All right, thank you guys.
Thank you.